Most people do not do laundry anymore. They buy laundry. A bottle for washing, a second bottle for softening, a third bottle for scent, a booster for stains, a pod for convenience, a sheet for the dryer, a spray for odors, a brightener for whites, a sanitizer for fear, a special liquid for babies, another for towels, another for gym clothes. And somehow, after all of that, the towels still smell sour. The shirts still hold odor. The washer still gets residue. The bill keeps coming. And the shelf keeps filling with plastic bottles. Modern laundry turned a simple household job into a monthly subscription. But old Amish and rural homes did not think that way. They did not begin with a shelf full of products. They began with water, soap, alkali, sunlight, agitation, heat when needed, separation, timing, routine, and attention. That is the old laundry system modern homes forgot. Not because every old method was perfect, it was not. Old laundry was hard work. It took time. It took strong hands. It took carrying water, heating water, scrubbing, rinsing, wringing, hanging, waiting, and sometimes doing it again. But old families understood something many modern families lost. Clean laundry is not only about what you pour into the machine, it is about the whole system around the wash. The water, the soil, the fabric, the amount of soap, the rinse, the sun, the drying, the machine, the habit. And if one part is wrong, more product does not always fix it. Sometimes more product is the problem. That is why this video is not really about a cheap laundry recipe. It is about taking laundry back from the bottle shelf. The $15 Amish laundry recipe people talk about is usually simple. A plain laundry soap, washing soda, sometimes borax, sometimes hot water, sometimes a bucket, sometimes a powdered mix, sometimes a liquid gel. Different families had different versions. Different regions used different water. Different machines changed the result. And that matters. Because the honest old lesson is not, everyone should use one homemade recipe forever. The real lesson is, understand what each ingredient does before you trust any bottle. That is where the power is. Because when you understand laundry, you become harder to sell to. Now, before we go deeper, let's draw the safety line. This is not medical advice. This is not a recipe for baby clothes, medical laundry, diapers, contaminated fabrics, flame-resistant clothing, or every modern fabric. This is not telling you to ignore your washer manual. This is not saying homemade soap mix is always better than modern detergent. And this is not saying borax, washing soda, or soap should be handled carelessly. Borax and washing soda are household chemicals. They do not belong in mouths. They should be kept away from children and pets. They can irritate skin, eyes, and breathing if mishandled. Do not mix random chemicals. Do not mix ammonia and bleach. Do not mix bleach with acids. Do not guess with laundry chemicals. Old wisdom without safety is just old danger. Silas Yoder is not here to sell you a reckless hack. He is here to show you why old laundry worked when it worked, and why it failed when people copied it blindly. That is the trust line. Now let's go back. Long before supermarkets had colorful detergent aisles, soap was a household tool. People learned to make soap from fat, lye, and water. Earlier cultures used ashes, fats, oils, alkaline salts, and water in different ways. By the 1800s, soap making became more industrial. In 1791, a French chemist, Nicolas Leblanc, patented a process for making soda ash from salt. That mattered because soda ash helped make soap cheaper and more available. Then, in 1916, synthetic detergents were developed in Germany during a shortage of fats in World War I. After World War II, modern detergent chemistry grew fast. In 1946, built laundry detergents appeared in the United States. By 1953, detergent sales in the United States had passed soap sales. That is not just history, that is the turning point. Laundry moved from soap and routine culture to detergent and product culture. And modern detergents solved real problems. Let's be fair. They worked better in hard water. They handled mineral-rich water more effectively than plain soap. They helped remove oils, soils, and stains. Enzymes helped with protein stains. Surfactants helped water spread, loosen soil, and hold dirt in suspension. Modern detergents are not fake. They are chemistry. They were invented because soap had limitations. That is why this script must be honest. Old does not always mean better. Modern does not always mean evil. The smarter question is, what problem am I solving? If you are washing lightly soiled towels in soft water, an old soap-based mix may work fine for some households. If you are washing oily work clothes, hard water laundry, athletic synthetics, diapers, medical fabrics, or heavily stained children's clothing, a modern detergent may do a job homemade soap does not. That is not betrayal. That is intelligence. The Amish lesson is not to reject every modern product. The Amish lesson is to stop buying blindly. Now let's understand the 3 old ingredients people talk about. First, soap. Soap is the old worker. It helps lift certain soils and grease. But soap has a weakness. In hard water, soap can react with minerals and form residue. That residue can cling to fabric. It can make towels stiff. It can build up in the washer. It can trap smells. It can make clothes feel less clean over time. That is why some people make homemade laundry soap and love it for 6 months, then suddenly say their towels smell bad. The recipe did not change. The buildup did. The water mattered. The rinse mattered. The dose mattered. The machine mattered. That is why old families were careful with water. Rainwater was precious in some homes because soft water makes soap work better. Hard well water changed the whole wash. If the water was hard, more soap was not always the answer. Sometimes more soap makes more residue. That is the hidden laundry trap. Second, washing soda. Washing soda is sodium carbonate. It is alkaline. It helps soften water and helps break down certain soils. It can improve cleaning power, especially when water is mineral heavy. But washing soda is stronger than baking soda. It is not the same thing. It can be harsh if overused. It can irritate skin and eyes as a dry powder. It should be measured, stored safely, and not treated like harmless flour. Old homes respected strong household materials because misuse had consequences. Modern people sometimes confuse simple with safe enough to ignore. That is a mistake. Third, borax. Borax is sodium borate. It has been used as a laundry booster and water softener. It can help in certain laundry situations, but it is still a chemical that needs respect. Do not eat it. Do not breathe dust. Do not let children play with it. Do not store it unlabeled. Do not treat internet natural language as a safety guarantee. Natural does not mean harmless. Poison ivy is natural. Smoke is natural. Lye is old. That does not make them casual. The old way was not casual. The old way was careful. Now, what is the actual old laundry formula? The popular modern version usually looks like this: grated laundry soap, washing soda, borax. Sometimes mixed dry, sometimes dissolved into hot water and diluted in a bucket. Sometimes used in very small amounts per load. But the formula is not the point. The point is the system. If you use too much, residue can build. If the soap does not dissolve, flakes can remain. If the water is too cold, the mix may underperform. If the washer uses very little water, rinsing may be poor. If the clothes are oily, soap alone may not be enough. If the water is hard, minerals can punish the result. If the machine manual warns against homemade mixes, you may risk warranty or buildup issues. If someone in the house has sensitive skin, fragrance bars or strong soaps may cause irritation. That is why I do not want you to hear $15 recipe and think magic bucket. No. Think old laundry principle. Clean with fewer products. Know your water. Use the right amount. Rinse well. Dry well. Use sunlight when it helps. Do not cover one mistake with another bottle. That is the old rule. Now imagine a Monday wash day in an old rural home. The date is not printed on a calendar for the camera, but the rhythm is real. Clothes sorted before the water is wasted. Whites, work clothes, linens, children's clothes. Heaviest soil handled first. Stains treated before the wash, not after the dryer bakes them in. Water heated if needed. Soap shaved or dissolved. A washboard or wringer waiting. Hands working. Steam rising. A line outside catching the sun. No fancy scent beads. No plastic jug promising mountain breeze. Just work. And the whole house knew laundry was a system. The sun was part of the system. Air was part of the system. Timing was part of the system. The line was part of the system. A rinse was part of the system. Modern laundry hides the system inside a machine. You press start, you walk away. That is convenient. But convenience can make us careless. We use too much detergent. We overload the washer. We wash everything in the same setting. We dry everything with high heat. We leave wet clothes sitting overnight. We blame the detergent when the real problem is mildew starting in the washer. We add scent to cover odor instead of finding why odor stayed. That is how modern laundry became expensive and still disappointing. Old laundry asked more of the people, but it also taught them more. Now let's talk about the first psychological hook, smell. People hate when laundry smells bad because the smell feels like failure. A towel comes out clean, but when it gets wet, it smells sour. The shirt looks clean, but body odor comes back in an hour. A washer smells musty. A basket smells damp. And the normal modern answer is, add more fragrance. But the fragrance is not clean. Fragrance is a mask. It can be pleasant, but it is not proof. Old laundry did not depend on perfume to pretend fabric was clean. It depended on getting soil out, rinsing properly, and drying thoroughly. That last part matters. Drying is not just the end. Drying is part of cleaning. A damp towel left in a pile can start smelling again no matter what soap you used. A washer door kept closed can develop odor. A thick load that never dries fully can turn sour. The old clothesline solved more than people realize. Sunlight, air movement, space between fabrics, full drying, airing out. That does not mean every person can line dry. Weather, apartments, pollen, dust, HOA rules, winter, and privacy all matter. But the principle still matters. Dry completely. Let air move. Do not trap moisture. That is laundry wisdom. Now, the second psychological hook is saving money. The title says, stop buying laundry detergent. That hits the wallet. But if we are honest, homemade mixes do not save money if they ruin towels, irritate skin, leave residue, or damage machines. The savings only count when the system works. That is why the real savings come from understanding. Use the correct dose. Do not overdose commercial detergent either. Many people use too much. More suds does not mean cleaner. Too much product can leave residue. Residue can trap dirt and odor. Fabric softener can build up on towels and reduce absorbency. Scent boosters add smell but not cleaning. Dryer sheets can leave a coating. Again, not every product is evil, but every product should justify its place. That is the Amish mindset. Nothing sits on the shelf unless it does work. Now let's talk about water hardness. This may be the most important hidden factor in laundry. Soft water and hard water do not wash the same. Hard water contains minerals like calcium and magnesium. Those minerals can interfere with cleaning. They can react with soap. They can leave fabrics stiff. They can build machines. They can make people think they need more fragrance or more detergent. In hard water, a soap-based homemade mix can struggle. That does not mean the old method is fake. It means the old method depends on the water. Old families often knew their water by feel. They knew if soap lathered. They knew if linens rinsed clean. They knew if kettles built scale. They knew if well water changed the wash. Modern families may not know their water hardness at all. So before you copy any laundry recipe, ask, do I have hard water? If the answer is yes, your recipe, dose, rinse, and detergent choice may need to change. That one question can save months of frustration. Now, HE washers. High-efficiency washers use less water. That is good for saving water and energy. But it also means homemade soap mixes can be risky if they do not dissolve or rinse well. A little residue in a lot of water may rinse away. A little residue in very little water may stay. If your machine manual says to use HE detergent, listen. Do not assume an internet recipe knows your washer better than the manufacturer. Old wisdom is not ignoring manuals. Old wisdom is not breaking a $900 machine to save $15. Old wisdom is making the house work better, not creating hidden buildup. So here is the safe line. A homemade laundry mix may work for some households, some water, some fabrics, and some machines, but it is not universal. Test small, use little, watch the results, check the machine, watch towels, watch skin, watch the smell, watch residue, adjust or stop if the system fails. That is how old people learned. Observation, not blind loyalty. Now let's build the old laundry system step by step. Step 1. Sort by need, not just color. Need. Work clothes are not the same as towels. Towels are not the same as sheets. Baby clothes are not the same as greasy rags. Delicates are not the same as farm jeans. Athletic synthetics are not the same as cotton pillowcases. A single recipe for everything is tempting, but fabric and soil matter. The old wash day had order because order prevented waste. Step 2. Treat stains early. A stain that goes through a hot dryer can become harder to remove. Do not expect the main wash to solve every stain. Grease, blood, grass, sweat, soil, tomato, and oil all behave differently. Modern enzyme detergents are useful here. This is one place old soap mixes may lose. If your family has heavy stains, do not be proud. Use what works. The goal is clean clothes, not winning an argument. Step 3. Choose the cleaner based on water and soil. Light daily laundry and soft water may not need a powerful detergent. Greasy work clothes may. Hard water may need a better builder or modern detergent. Odor-heavy athletic wear may need a different approach. Do not wash by ideology. Wash by conditions. Step 4. Use less than you think. Whether homemade or store-bought, overdosing is common. Too much product can create residue. The residue holds a smell. Residue makes towels stiff. Residue makes people add more products. That becomes a loop. More products, more buildup, more smell, more products. Break the loop. Step 5. Rinse. Rinse is not glamorous, but rinse is where trust happens. If fabric still holds soap, soil, or minerals, it will not feel clean. Old laundry used a lot of rinse effort because the job was visible. Modern machines hide it. If your clothes feel coated, stiff, itchy, or musty, the rinse may be part of the problem. Step 6. Dry fully. Do not leave laundry sitting wet. Do not pack towels too tightly. Do not overdry delicate fabrics. Do not store anything damp. The old line outside was slow but honest. When fabric dried in the air, it had space. Modern dryers are useful, but they can hide bad wash habits with heat and fragrance. Step 7. Maintain the washer. A dirty washer cannot produce clean laundry forever. If the gasket smells, the dispenser is slimy, the drum has buildup, or the drain area is neglected, your laundry may smell no matter what recipe you use. Old laundry tools were scrubbed because people saw the dirt. Modern machines hide dirt behind plastic compartments. Clean the tool that cleans the clothes. That is common sense. Now let's talk about the famous $15 batch. The emotional appeal is real. 1 box of washing soda, 1 box of borax, a bar of laundry soap, a bucket, a grater, hot water. Suddenly, a family feels like they have taken 1 monthly cost back. That feeling is powerful. It says, I can make something useful. I am not helpless. I do not need a bottle for every problem. That is why this topic will connect with the audience. But the script must protect them from the trap. A homemade laundry soap is not the same as a modern detergent. Soap and detergent are different. So the correct phrase is not always homemade detergent. Often it is homemade laundry soap mix. That distinction sounds small, but it builds trust, because some viewers will know the difference, and when they hear honesty, they stay. Now, what did Amish and rural homes really preserve? Not one magic formula. A mindset. Use plain materials. Avoid unnecessary purchases. Stretch what works. Repair routines. Hang clothes outside when possible. Wash with attention. Do not perfume dirt. Do not waste soap. Do not ignore water. Do not let dampness sit. That is the old laundry lesson. If a homemade mix fits your home, use it carefully. If a modern detergent fits your water and machine better, use it wisely. But stop buying 5 products because advertising taught you that clean needs a scent cloud. Clean is not a smell. Clean is soil removed, rinsed, and dried. That sentence matters. Clean is not a smell. Clean is soil removed, rinsed, and dried. Now, let's talk about fabric softener. This is one of the most emotional parts for homeowners. Towels feel stiff, so people add softener. But fabric softeners can coat towel fibers. That coating can reduce absorbency. Then towels do not dry people as well. They hold smell. Then more scent is added. Again, the loop begins. Old homes soften laundry differently. Water management, rinsing, line drying, proper storage. Sometimes vinegar rinses in some households, sometimes bluing for whites, sometimes sun, sometimes simply accepting that work towels were work towels. They did not need to smell like a candle shop. Now, vinegar needs a warning too. Do not mix vinegar with bleach. Do not add random acids with random chemicals. Do not pour vinegar into every machine without checking the manual and material compatibility. Vinegar can help in some rinse situations, but it is not a universal cure. The old lesson is not vinegar fixes everything. The old lesson is understand residue and rinse. Now let's talk about sunlight. Sunlight is one of the most emotionally powerful old laundry images. White sheets on a line, a summer breeze, towels snapping in the wind, a woman or grandmother checking the cloth with her hand. That image is not only nostalgia. Sun and air can help dry, freshen, and reduce moisture. But sunlight can also fade dark fabrics. Pollen can settle, dust can cling, birds can be a problem. Winter weather can make it impossible. Apartments may not allow it. Again, adapt the principle. Air and complete drying matter. If you can line dry safely and cleanly, it may help. If you cannot, use drying methods wisely. Do not trap damp laundry. Do not store towels before they are fully dry. Do not let the washer become a wet cave. Now the historical emotional moment. In the 1930s, during the Great Depression, many families did not have the luxury of wasting soap, cloth, or money. A bar was used carefully. A sack became a towel. A towel became a rag. A rag cleaned tools before it was thrown away. Laundry was not an aesthetic routine, it was household survival. Then, after World War II, American households entered a new product age. Powders, liquids, softener, brighteners, machines, convenience. Some of it improved life, a lot. But the old thrift muscle weakened. People stopped asking what the fabric needed. They asked what the commercial promised. That is the emotional bridge. We are not rejecting progress, we are recovering judgment. Progress without judgment becomes dependence. Old thrift without safety becomes hardship. The wise path uses both. Now, what about scent? This may be uncomfortable. Many people do not want clean laundry. They want proof that laundry happened. And fragrance gives that proof. A strong scent says, I washed this. But fragrance can also cover problems. If towels smell bad without scent, the problem is still there. If workout clothes smell fine until body heat activates them, residue may be holding odor. If the washer smells musty, scent beads are not the answer. If clothes feel coated, more fragrance may make it worse. Old homes did not chase luxury scent the way modern shelves do. They chased useful cleanliness. Sun, air, soap, rinse, dry. That simplicity is part of the appeal. Now, should someone truly stop buying laundry detergent? Maybe, maybe not. That is the adult answer. If your water is soft, your laundry is lightly soiled, your machine handles it well, your fabrics tolerate it, and you measure carefully, an old soap-based mix may reduce costs. If your water is hard, your machine is HE, your family has sensitive skin, your clothes are heavily soiled, or your towels get residue, a tested commercial detergent may be the better tool. But even then, the old method can still save you money, not by replacing everything, by teaching you to buy less foolishly. Use fewer products, dose correctly, skip unnecessary scent boosters, avoid fabric softener on towels if it causes coating, treat stains properly, clean the washer, dry fully, know your water. That alone can reduce waste. Sometimes the cheapest recipe is using half the product you are wasting. That is a twist the audience will remember. Now let's build the safe modern version of the old recipe. If a viewer wants to experiment, start small. Do not make 5 gallons first. Make a small test batch. Use plain soap flakes or a grated laundry soap that fits your skin and fabric needs. Add washing soda carefully. If using borax, handle it like a household chemical. Store the mix in a labeled container. Keep it away from children and pets. Use a small amount. Test on towels or work clothes first, not expensive garments. Watch for residue. Watch for skin irritation. Watch the washer. Watch the smell after the fabric gets wet again. If problems appear, stop. Do not force the method because the title sounded romantic. A real old household did not keep doing what failed. They adjusted. Now, what if the old recipe does not work for your home? Then take the principle, not the mixture. Use a free and clear detergent if fragrance bothers you. Use a hard water-appropriate detergent if minerals are the problem. Use enzymes for protein stains. Use oxygen bleach when safe for fabrics. Use less product if you overdose. Skip softener where it causes buildup. Line dry when practical. Clean the washer. Do laundry before it mildews. The old goal is not homemade pride. The old goal is effective household management. That is the difference. Now imagine the laundry room after the old lesson. The shelf is simpler, not empty, simpler. One main cleaner that works for your water. A booster used only when needed. A stain approach that matches the stain. No scent beads trying to cover residue. no fabric softener ruining towels, a clean washer, a clothesline or drying rack when weather helps, a family that does not leave wet clothes overnight, a measuring scoop instead of a random pour. That is not glamorous, but it feels like control, and control is what the audience wants. They are tired of spending money and still feeling like the house is not working. They want the old competence back. Now, here's the emotional scene. An Amish wash line in the early morning. Plain dresses, work shirts, towels, sheets. A breeze moving through them. No television commercials. No bottle promising a tropical island. Just clean fabric, sun, and order. You can feel that image. It feels honest. But the real beauty is not the line. It is the system behind it. The clothes were sorted. The water was respected. The soap was measured. The rinse mattered. The fabric was dried before storage. The household paid attention. That is what we are recovering. Not a costume, a discipline. Now, let's make the viewer uncomfortable in a useful way. Open your laundry shelf today. Count the products. How many are actually cleaning? How many are masking? How many are duplicates? How many were bought because a bottle promised a feeling? How many are half used because they did not solve the problem? How many plastic containers do you throw away each year? How many times have you bought more scent instead of fixing the odor? That is the hook. No shame. Awareness. Because the moment the viewer looks at their shelf, the video follows them home. That is retention beyond the screen. Now, the Amish $15 laundry recipe is not powerful because it is perfect. It is powerful because it exposes the modern shelf. It asks a dangerous question. What if I do not need all of this? That question threatens the whole laundry aisle, and it gives the homeowner power. Maybe they still buy detergent, fine, but now they buy it with understanding. They know soap is not detergent. They know water hardness matters. They know dosage matters. They know the scent is not clean. They know about the sun and drying matter. They know routine matters. They know a washer can smell because the washer itself is dirty. They know softener can be a coating, not a cure. They know one old recipe cannot solve every fabric. That is a smarter homeowner, and a smarter homeowner is harder to sell to. Now close the lesson. Stop buying laundry detergent? Maybe for some people. Stop buying blindly? Absolutely. That is the real title behind the title. Stop buying blindly. Stop pouring more product into a broken routine. Stop covering odor instead of removing soil. Stop treating fragrance like cleanliness. Stop using softener where it damages function. Stop ignoring hard water. Stop leaving wet clothes in the machine. Stop blaming the bottle before you check the system. Old laundry was not easy, but it was honest. It forced people to see the whole job. And that is what modern homes need again. So before you buy another giant bottle, ask, what is my water like? What fabric am I washing? What soil am I removing? Am I using too much? Is the washer clean? Did the clothes dry fully? Am I adding scent because the laundry is clean or because the laundry is not? That question may save more money than any recipe. And if you do try the old soap mix, start small. Label it. Store it safely. Keep it away from children. Use very little. Test it. Watch it. Respect your machine. Respect your skin. Respect your water. Respect the fabric. That is old wisdom made modern. Not fake. Not reckless. Useful. Now I want to hear from you. Did your grandmother make laundry soap? Did your family use washing soda, borax, Fels naphtha, lye soap, rainwater, a wringer washer, or a clothesline? Do you still hang clothes outside? Do your towels smell sour even after washing? Do you have hard water? Have you ever used too much detergent and created buildup? And what state are you in? Real homes, real water, real laundry lessons. Drop your story in the comments because somebody else may be buying 5 products for a problem one old routine could fix. And in the next video, we are going even older, before store soap, before detergent aisles, before plastic bottles. Old homes knew how ash, fat, water, and lye could become soap. But that knowledge came with real danger. Because the same old formula that cleaned a household could burn skin, damage eyes, and hurt people when handled carelessly. So we are going to separate useful old soap wisdom from unsafe internet fantasy. The Amish wood ash soap formula is coming next.